Yeah. So my name is Robert Colvin. I am from just outside London in the UK. I am 32 years old. I've been doing theatre as a job for the last sort of 14, 15 years. I've worked kind of all over the world really. I graduated, as I say, about 14, 15 years ago. I've done shows in the West End, I've done shows on Broadway in America, across Europe, and all sorts of stuff, so I've been quite busy. Yeah, I mean, I was quite lucky that I was a bit of a singer, actor when I went to drama school, and I was kind of taught to dance there. And I've been lucky in my career that I've done shows that are a lot more just singing or just acting, and then the show I think you were thinking of is Dirty Dancing. So I did I played a couple of roles in that, including the Patrick Swayze role in that, so doing all of the Dirty Dancing lift and dancing and stuff like that, so yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, it's like anything, you know, your passion that leads you into your job, and then there's some jobs you do where it's more of a job and it pays the bills, but, you know, doing Starlight and being here already, it's like such a nice melding of like a great job, they look after you very well, it's lots of fun, but then it's also, you know, such a famous show, it's so well known, and getting to sing the songs that, you know, have been going for however long, written by Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's like a real melding of like passion, and it's like a really cool job thing as well. I haven't. I know the show, and the reason I know the show is because about 10 years ago I was almost in it here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I auditioned for the show when I was like 20, and I actually got offered the show and another show, but then circumstances changed and all the rest of it, and I ended up doing the other one. So since then, for the last sort of 10, 11, 12 years, I've had this sort of chip on my shoulder, like, really would have loved to have done Starlight, and Germany would have been fun and all the rest of it. So it's really cool coming back now, like with, you know, the show and the history I have with it, of like that being one that I just kind of missed, and it just could have happened but didn't, and yeah. So I wanted to play Greaseball first because I think of the characters in the show, he's the one that I'm sort of most alike. I also think I've done a lot of roles that are very kind of rock and roll, kind of John Travolta-y, Patrick Swayze, that kind of thing. I think that aligns with like what I love doing, which is like having fun on stage. And Greaseball's, you know, he's a really fun character to do. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the show. Pumping Iron is like, I mean, I'm obviously very biased. I think it's like the best number in the show because it's like the whole cast, the whole ensemble, and the audience are all like up dancing. Like when I saw the show for the first time when we first got here, Rory, who plays the part of the main at the moment, who is amazing. Like the whole crowd, all of the ensemble are in it. Some of the, you know, main characters as well are in it, and everyone's just dancing. It's like a real party number. So yeah, it's really fun. I said he was like some of the characters I played. Hopefully I'm not kind of too much like him. I don't know, I guess there is a little bit. He's quite, you know, arrogant and brash, and he's very bold and stuff like that. I think I look that way. I hope I'm not like that, but maybe I am a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I've been touring essentially for, as I say, 14, 15 years now. Since I graduated from dance school and drama school and stuff like that, my roles have always been on the road. It's been away from home, or it's been jumping here, there and everywhere. I've worked on cruise ships, I've done London for a time, and then New York and all around the States and all the rest of it. So for me, I'm, you know, kind of at an age now, I'm engaged and things like that. It was quite nice for me to want to come to a place that was kind and the people were lovely. I mean, I watched a couple of documentaries about people traveling to like Cologne and the Ruhr area and stuff like that, and the one thing that they said was that the people were lovely. I have friends who have done the show in the past, and they said, you know, you get treated really well at Starlight, so there's a community within the building as well as within the town of, you know, Bochum and the Ruhr. So that was really attractive to me to come here and hopefully be a part of it for, you know, a little while. You might have to ask my phonetics teacher that, the person who teaches, because maybe we have a different idea of how good I'm doing. You know, it's tough. I mean, I've never sung in German before. My fiancée is Swedish, so I have a little bit of experience with language. I spoke French when I was at school and stuff like that. But there's definitely something about, you know, it's quite the CHs, the and things like that. You know, from a singing point of view, it's difficult to like continue producing tone and sound when you're making these like guttural sounds. So, but the team here have been so good, like the vocal department, the music department, and the phonetics. You know, they've been doing it for so long. They like know how to get you prepped for it. So yeah, I just have to stay on the right side of Hanneke, who's our phonetics teacher. You know, it's a funny one because obviously, you know, you're picking up the language, but because of the time you have, you know, there isn't time to teach every cast member to speak perfect German. So you're kind of combining your phonetics to sound perfect, learning how to skate, learning how to, you know, do the dance moves with, obviously you're acting. So you have to understand what you're saying. You know, you're like, I think he's angry at this bit. You've got to, So gradually, although we're not, you know, specifically learning German, you are having to kind of put it all together, because from an acting standpoint, you know, the thing that our acting, you know, the directors and things like that always ask us, you know, keep us on our toes, is like, what are you saying here? And you're like, oh, I'm saying I have to win the race or something like that. And then, okay, you know, test completed. Because, you know, it is so easy to just learn the lines and just go on and be like, I think I know where we are. But you know, they're drumming into us every day that you have to know what you're saying. You have to be, you know, get to this level with German that you know what you're singing so that you can deliver an honest, you know, performance. This is my first time on skates, yeah. I mean, I don't know. This makes me sound really arrogant. I really enjoy it. I love skating. I think it's fun. It's challenging, of course, but so is any new skill, you know. Yeah, I enjoyed a challenge, and I found it a fun experience. You know, if anything, I found it, you know, I kind of wanted to get going and get learning things and get doing bigger and better things perhaps before I was ready for it, which, you know, is a recipe for disaster. But yeah, I've loved skate school. I had a really good time, and it's what the best part is now, taking what we've learned in skate school and sort of implementing that into the staging, putting it on like that stage out there that's huge and, you know, has all of the roller coaster kind of things going through it. So the fun part I find is now we kind of made our way through skate school is putting that into practice. You know, every day we do something like, okay, we're working on this scene. So Greaseball comes in here, you fly up this bit, you jump down this bit, then you do a jump around and you stop here, and you're like, all right, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. And, you know, so it's really fun now, kind of, as I say, putting it all together. From day one of skate school, you are in skates all day long. So we do our lunch, we do coffee, you know, a little espresso between rehearsals and things like that. Everything is on skates, and that goes obviously for the rehearsals on stage. So when you're learning the races, it's taken at a slow pace, and they talk you through, okay, you go here, and for Greaseball, who's, you know, one of the kind of bad guys, it's like, okay, you walk here, you grab this thing, you bang this guy in the head, you punch this guy, hit this guy, and then you win the race and stuff like that, which is quite funny. But yeah, it's all on skates, and again, it's that implementation of what we've been doing. We've kind of built up to this over, I think we do 10 weeks of skate school, is it? 10, 12?
It is, 10 to 12, yeah.
So yeah, almost 3 months of skate school is like building you up to this point. So now that we're actually learning the races, it's like, okay, so you fly down here, whack this guy in the head, punch here, and then you skate, and you're like, all right, let's give it a go, let's go, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so a normal day in skate school, or now, we come in about 9:30 in the morning, kind of warm up, get ready for the day, and then 10 AM at the moment, we're on the stage and we do our skate warm up. So I believe you can actually come watch the skate warm up on Thursdays, is it, before the show? So on Thursday before the show, you get an idea of what we're doing. We fly around the stage, there's a set sort of routine of things we do, which is all about getting us in the right mind and mindset, and physically practicing a couple of bits that we do, which are kind of standard throughout the show. So 10 AM to about 11 o'clock, we're doing that. In skate school, the rest of the day is spent doing exercises, building up that confidence and building up your knowledge of, you know, skate terminology and skate exercises and things like that. At the moment, 11 until 6, 7 o'clock, we're staging the whole show. So we are starting at this number, okay, we're going to do it, and you slowly put it together, because we've done the dance rehearsals, we've done the singing rehearsals, we've done the skating, we've done the phonetics, so now it's as I say, it's the time where we're putting it all together. So from 11 till 7, 6 days a week at the moment, we're in putting the whole show together.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, today was a part of the show where Rusty's having a bit of a bad time, he loses one of the races, so we're putting that all together, and it's like, put this guy here, this guy goes there, and then there's a race, so we did a race for half of the afternoon, kind of putting someone new into that, and then this afternoon we're running all the dance numbers, so making sure that they're all, you know, synchronized and all together, and then now I have an interview and then I'll go home. So, I mean, at the moment, I don't have time for any sports. I go to the gym every day before work, you know. I mean, Greaseball's main song is Pumping Iron. So, that, you know, physically you have to have a certain imposing kind of look. And it also helps me, I think, you know, get into the character as well. So I'm going to the gym most days. But, you know, growing up, I also didn't do roller skating. I did kind of just about every sport. I was boxing, playing rugby, football, running, you know, everything really, because I actually came into dance a little bit later in life. I was sort of 15, 16 when I first started dancing, but maybe that kind of sport background kind of helped me a little bit. Well, firstly, I tried to get as much information about the character and about the show as possible, so I was like down a crazy YouTube rabbit hole. I must have watched about 5 or 6 different versions of the show, like with, you know, different characters and different people playing the role of Greaseball, and obviously the show's been going for 37 years now, so that's 37 different people, or 30 odd different people who have all played the role. So I kind of went back through what's on YouTube and things like that and tried to find all the different things, get an idea of the character, read the plot, and then working out from that what bits you want to pick and choose and take and leave, and then finding that balance between, okay, I love the way this guy does that, but like, what's the version that I want to do? So that was like important for me with the audition, was like, you have to honor the character and what's gone before, but you also want to like kind of give your own spin on it. And it's been fun now taking on the role and doing rehearsals, that the team here are really insistent on you finding like your own version. So there's been like a couple of occasions where they've been like, okay, the guy, you come in, you do this, and you say this line like this. And I'm like, is there any chance that I can like try and do this? And they're like, go for it, like see what happens. And they're like, oh yeah, do it that way. If you prefer that, do that. And that's really fun, because, you know, especially with a show like this that's been going for so long, you know, you expect to come in and, you know, have to deliver like a product that's like the same every year. I've been in shows in the past where, you know, it's like the McDonald's cheeseburger. It's like, if you have a cheeseburger in LA or Tokyo, it has to taste the exact same. And these shows have a similar kind of thing. So it's really refreshing to come to, you know, a show that's been going so long, and it still has the flexibility to be like, how do you want to do it? And, you know, there's some things I've suggested where I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And they're like, okay, let's not do that. But, you know, it's really fun. It's a cool environment. Right. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great that, you know, Andrew Lloyd Webber and the team here are so flexible to allow the show to keep up to date and be fresh. And, you know, I think that's got to be part of the success of the show. You know, there's not many shows that run for 37, 38 years. And I think, you know, ardently holding on to like, it's like this and it's got to be exactly like this, you know, I think you have to move with the times and you have to make it fresh, and especially for a show that's in one place, you know, it's in Bochum, people in Bochum and people in the Ruhr who come and have seen the show before. I think it's amazing to show them like a slightly different show or a new version or something more exciting. And I would hope that the show gets better every time, and, you know, or at least it has a new, you know, exciting kind of take on it each time people from Bochum or people from the Ruhr come and see it again. I mean, my favourite thing from Bochum so far has been the weather. The last couple of weeks has been amazing. So I've been in the Stadtpark like every day, basically. Yeah, but I mean, the other thing is I'm in October Cafe all the time. The coffee there is awesome. They do a great brunch. But yeah, I'm in rehearsals all day at the moment. So most of my lunches are spent in the Stadtpark enjoying the weather. And my mornings are spent at October Cafe getting a really good coffee there. No fools, firstly. No, I want to enjoy it. You know, I think, as I say, this isn't like my first job. I've done lots of jobs in the past and worked in lots of different theatres. And you know, I think when I was younger, perhaps you get caught up in like, I've got to get everything right. I've got to do it the way they said, and this, that, and the other. And the more you do it, you realise, you know, these moments are kind of fleeting. You know, you only get one chance to open Starlight Express. So I'm just going to enjoy it, have fun, and try and remember as much as possible.